Some anime didn't just have bad endings, they didn't even get the chance to end at all. During the OVA boom of the 80s and 90s, countless projects were greenlit, full of ambition and promise. But for many, the dream died halfway through. Whether due to budget cuts, studio closures, or simply changing trends, these ambitious series were cancelled mid-story, leaving fans hanging forever. Today, we're diving into the graveyard of unfinished sagas, looking at OVAs that stopped dead in their tracks before their stories were finished. First up is Dragon's Heaven from 1988. This single episode was a visual feast, designed by the legendary mecha artist Makoto Kobayashi. It introduced us to a stunning post-apocalyptic world where dragons and sentient machines waged war. The story follows Cheyenne, the last dragon, and a human girl named Akuru, as they find and reawaken a derelict combat robot named Shaku. The OVA teased a massive, sprawling fantasy saga with powerful factions, deep lore, and an epic conflict just waiting to unfold. It felt like the prologue to something truly grand, but that was it. A single, beautiful, 30-minute episode was all we ever got. No sequel was ever produced, leaving this intricate world and its characters frozen in time. Next, we have Detonator Organ from 1991. This 3-part sci-fi OVA was a clear homage to Tekken, but with its own unique flair. It tells the story of Tamaru, a young man who finds his mind linked to Organ, a defecting alien warrior from a hostile race called the Evolutors. As Organ's armor bonds with Tamaru, he becomes Earth's only defense against an imminent invasion. The series was packed with mystery, introducing cosmic threats, advanced alien technology, and complex characters like the enigmatic scientist Kumi Jefferson and the conflicted Evolutor commander, Zoa. It was clearly building toward a much bigger conclusion, a final confrontation to decide the fate of humanity. But after the 3rd episode, the story just stops. Major plot threads, like the true origins of the Evolutors and their connection to humanity, were left completely unresolved. Then there's Birth from 1984. Also known as Planet Busters, this OVA was marketed as a revolutionary sci-fi action epic. It throws us into a wild, chaotic adventure on a distant planet where 2 kingdoms are searching for the ultimate weapon, which turns out to be a shape-shifting, sentient creature named Raza. The visuals, designed by the iconic Yoshinori Kaneda, were frenetic and hyper-stylized, creating a unique and memorable aesthetic. Birth set up a massive conflict, a rich mythology, and a universe ripe for exploration. The end of the OVA even teases the next chapter of the adventure. Unfortunately, production issues and a lukewarm reception from audiences meant that promised continuation never arrived, and the story of Aqualoid never reached its planned conclusion. Moving on to 1985's Cosmopolice Justy. Based on a popular manga by Tsuguo Okazaki, this OVA felt like a perfect pilot for a longer Space Cop series. It follows Justy Kaiser, a powerful psychic officer in the Cosmopolice, as he hunts down the galaxy's most dangerous ESP criminals. The single episode introduces his world, his powers, his allies, and his arch-nemesis, the ruthless criminal group known as the Slasher Guild. The universe was there. The characters were there. It had all the makings of a classic 80s space adventure series. But despite the manga's popularity, the continuation never came. Fans were left with just 1 episode, a mere glimpse into a much larger story that remained untold on screen. Fast forward to 2001 with Ixer Reborn. This was an attempt to revive the classic and somewhat infamous fight, Ixer 1 Saga. The original series was known for its wild mix of sci-fi, horror, and Yuri themes. Ixer Reborn aimed to restart the story for a new generation, bringing back the terrifying alien Cthulhu and their biomechanical monsters, alongside a new Ixer warrior. The initial release was met with some interest from old-school fans, and there were clear plans for expansion. The story was just getting started, re-establishing the conflict and introducing the key players. However, the momentum just wasn't there, and any planned expansions were quietly and unceremoniously cancelled, leaving this revival dead on arrival. One of the most tragic examples is the 5-star stories from 1989. Based on Mamoru Nagano's incredibly deep, complex, and ongoing manga, this OVA movie was a thing of absolute beauty. Its animation, detailed mecha designs, the iconic mortar heads, and operatic storytelling were breathtaking. The film adapts the first major arc of the manga, the story of Lady Usopp and the Fatima Lachesis. But anyone who knows the source material knows this is just the tip of a colossal iceberg. The manga's universe spans thousands of years, with intricate politics, generational sagas, and mind-bending lore. Fans rightfully expected more episodes to follow, to even begin to cover the vastness of the story. But due to a tangled web of licensing disputes and production issues, everything stopped cold. Finally, we have the Crusher Joe OVA projects from the late 80s. After the success of the 1983 movie and the first two OVAs, Crusher Joe was a popular space opera franchise. The adventures of Joe and his team of freelance troubleshooters were a hit. Naturally, more OVAs were planned to expand the universe and continue their thrilling exploits across the galaxy. Scripts were written, and production was seemingly underway. But then, nothing. The projects stalled indefinitely and were eventually just quietly abandoned. For reasons that were never fully made public, the Crusher's story was left incomplete, another victim of the volatile OVA market. These OVAs weren't necessarily bad, in fact, many were fantastic. They were simply unfinished. They stand as monuments to a riskier, more ambitious era in anime history. Victims of bad timing, tight budgets, and shifting audience tastes. For part 22, let me know what you want to see next in the comments. Should we explore android and cyborg OVAs? Anime with that classic city pop, 80s aesthetic? Workplace slice-of-life shows? Space operas that actually got to finish their stories? Or maybe OVAs that successfully got turned into full TV series? Thanks for watching. Like this video for part 22 and follow for more forgotten anime history.